All right, today I've got a date with double body weight on a deadlift. Ended up doing a slight deficit deadlift because I left my weightlifting shoes on. Get Fit with Lee had a pretty simple yet very complex question. What muscle does the deadlift work? So I went to exerciseexrx.net. They've put the target muscle as the gluteus maximus. But as you can see, there's a long list of different muscles. Basically, the question that you really want to ask is what muscle does a deadlift not work? And it's almost like every muscle's involved. It's just such a primal, basic movement. Here I'm warming up with the power clean, but let's go to the target muscle. It says the gluteus maximus is the target muscle. And I think the reason it says it's the target muscle, other than the quads and the hamstrings or the back, is that if you look at my rear end, it's fully extended at the beginning of the movement, and it gets flexed at the top of the movement. This is a power clean, but it's similar to the deadlift. I worked up to about 175 with the power clean, and my deadlift right about now is about a few months back I did about 410. So 165, that's not too bad. Like to get it up a little higher, like to push 415, 425, 430, 450. Then I'll be deadlifting like 900 pounds. That's a lot of work. I don't know where I'm going to go here. I'm just going to keep pushing. So today I did a little more volume. I've done this for 8 reps before, but today I said I'm going to watch my form. Going to answer Lee's question. I use this video here to show you what I'm doing, what I'm thinking about. And, like I said, I take the glutes through a full range of motion. But let's talk about the one of the big synergists, and this is a muscle. A synergist is a muscle that helps another muscle. Well, the quadriceps. When you're deadlifting, you're almost doing a leg press, like a partial leg press. Think of yourself in the leg press machine at the bottom of that deadlift, and you're just pushing the bar away with your quads, and then you're flexing the butt. So, if I could get my squat up, my squat's a little weak relative to my deadlift. If I get my squat up, I could really use those quads a lot more. My strength are some of the stabilizers in my spine, using my traps, using my rhomboids. I keep them nice and tight. As you can see, I start with a round back, and before I pull the bar, I just flex everything. That's what I like to do. There's another muscle group here you don't really think about much. It's called the rector spinae, but they're the muscles that keep your lower back tight. So in terms of your lower back, you're not taking your lower back through like extension and flexion, like, say when you do a bicep curl, you flex and extend it, but you do work your lower back like crazy, trying to hold it tight throughout the deadlift. And it's a static isometric movement. You're thinking along the lines of like, you see these gymnastic guys with these really strong upper bodies that aren't doing like flexing exercises. They're actually holding different positions. So in terms of the way your back gets worked on the deadlift, that's how it gets worked. You don't really flex your back. You want to keep that back nice and tight. And that's one thing I do pretty good. Now I got to get my leg strength up to that. Another category they have on exrx.net is a dynamic stabilizer. And the main muscle I'm going to talk about there is the hamstrings, because a dynamic stabilizer would say that the hamstring flexes near the hips, but it does something different. It extends at the knees. So it's doing two different things at two different joints. And your calf muscles pretty much are doing the same thing. Like my calves would like really want to flex right now, so I'm really pushing my foot through the ground. This is why the deadlift is such a good exercise for running, things like that, because it develops that push relationship with your foot on the floor. I was looking a little woozy after that last set. Let's just tell you, compound movements reign supreme.